everyone, and today we shall be speaking on the second house of our horoscope. According to sage Parashara, he describes second house as Dhana Dhanyam Kutumbascha Mrityu Jalam Mritakam Dhatu Ratna Dikam Sarva Dhanasthana Nirikshayat, which means this house represents wealth and death. First we shall be dealing with the wealth part, then we shall later go on to the why it is called a Marakasthana or death causing. First, before we get on to why this house is called the house of wealth, we have to understand what we mean by the term wealth. And we have to understand in Sanatan Dharma, wealth is assigned to the female aspect of divinity, and she is coined the name Lakshmi. Lakshmi comes from two root words, Lakshya and Asmi. Lakshya means goal and Asmi is I am. So if you put it together, what does it become? I am the goal. So when you make your own self the goal, then you get wealth. What wealth is this? The wealth of self-knowledge. And once you have the wealth of self-knowledge, whoever has this wealth of self-knowledge, every other wealth that is there on earth will manifest to these people. And she is also considered Chanchala, ever moving. Then is it not possible to make her stable? Of course. How do we make her stable? By uniting with the male aspect of the divinity, and that is Narayan. Now what does Narayan mean? It is going beyond your humanness. Nara means human and Ayan means going beyond. Interestingly, Ayan is also another name for Shiva. Now if we put all these concepts together, it means when we attain the state of Shiva or stillness through meditation, then we can make Lakshmi stable. Have you seen the picture of Narayan in Anantashayan? He is in a state of that eternal meditation. It is through meditation we shall get to know ourselves and we get the ultimate and the highest goal, the goal of that is self-knowledge. Now we go back to the term and we were speaking of the term wealth. What do we mean by wealth? And why wealth is given a female aspect. Female in Sanatan Dharma represents Shakti or the Chinese Yang. It is through Shakti, through self-effort, that we get to know our own self through meditation. And in the three-dimensional world, only when we put self-effort can we achieve something and thereby earn wealth. Hence, it is very, very appropriate to give wealth or associate wealth with the female aspect of divinity. Now going back to our, again, the initial terminology of the second house, that second house represents wealth, let me define wealth for you. In Sanatan Dharma, wealth is supposed to be of 8 types, and hence it was said or it was given the term Ashtalakshmi. What are these 8 forms of wealth? They are Vidya, Dhana, Dhanya, Gaja, Virya, Dhairya, Sanatana and Vijaya. Now we shall go into each one of them one by one. Vidya. Vidya is knowledge, all forms of knowledge, whether it is academic or spiritual. It is considered a wealth. In fact, as we had just spoken, self-knowledge is the highest wealth. Next is Dhana. Dhana is all that wealth which is Thavara and Asthavara. What is Thavara and Asthavara? Which means capital assets and liquid assets, which is our land, our vehicles, money, jewelry, and all those which you gain in this three-dimensional world is considered a wealth. Then is dhanya. Food grains or food is a wealth. Hence, wasting food is wasting wealth. Fourth is dhairya, patience. Patience is considered a wealth. Why? Why is patience a wealth? Because when you have come in this human form, everything will not go as per your wish. There will be ups and there will be downs. When you are going through those downs, you have to patiently wait for that time to get over. Because the downs are not eternal as the up is not eternal. We have to go through the down by waiting patiently. Hence, patience is considered a wealth. Because only by waiting patiently for our bad times to go by do we get into our good time and become wealthy. Next is virya. Virya means courage. Again, why is courage a wealth? Because sometimes just by waiting patiently, things may not happen. You have to be courageous. You have to speak out. You have to do things. Action is required. It is also said, there is a proverb which says that fortune favors the brave. This is why virya or shaurya is also a wealth. Next we come to santan. Santan is also considered a Lakshmi. This santan need not be just your own biological children. Your followers, your students, anyone who looks up to you as a parent are your santan. And if they are good, obedient, they love you, they follow your words, they are an asset to the country they live in, and they are asset to you. Hence, santan is a Lakshmi. Next, we come to Gaja Lakshmi. Gaja in Sanskrit means elephant. Elephant represents power. So, power is also considered a Lakshmi. How very true. Because in this three-dimensional world, what cannot be done through power? Hence, power is a wealth. Next is Vijaya, which means victory. Victory definitely is a wealth. When you become victorious in anything, in any work, victorious over your mind, you overcome your depressions, or victorious over your victory over your emotion, you become wealthy. Hence, Vijaya is another form of Lakshmi. So now I described you what Ashtalakshmi means. But then different people have assigned different aspects of our life as one of the Lakshmis. In Parashara's original Sanskrit phrase, which he assigns to the second house also represents your family, and family is a wealth. He also assigns Dhatu, which means metal, jewelry, and Ratna, which is precious stones, to the second house, other than Dhana and Dhanya. So together, according to Parashara's shloka, it is family, which comes as wealth, Dhana, as I said, Sthavara and Asthavara, which is jewelry, landed property, vehicle, money, and Dhanya, which is food grains and grains. These form your wealth represented by the second house. Now I have defined you what wealth means. Now I am coming to the aspect why second house is also called the house of death or death causing. Because any house which is 12th from a particular house will be considered as a loss for that house. What is 12th from second? It is the first house, the Lagna, which means when we are going after wealth, I'm not saying going after wealth is a sin, because we have already seen how wealth is considered a divinity in Sanatana Dharma, so there is no sin associated with wealth. But when we become greedy after wealth at cost of when we become greedy, at the cost of what do we become greedy? At the cost of the first house, at the cost of our health, our mind and our emotion, we start gaining wealth. Then what happens? Our health goes, our mind goes, our emotion goes, and we lose our humanness. First house is the house of humanness. We lose that, and hence it is considered a Marakasthana. So it is not our ultimate death that it indicates. Yes, if we become physically very ill, we will definitely die, but it is the death of humanness in us. There is a saying that says, there is enough for our need, but not enough for our greed. Wealth is good. You need wealth to create so much of goodness in your life. But then being greedy and chasing that might be at the cost of your own humanness. And hence, second house is the house of both wealth, and it is also considered a Marakasthana. Thank you so much.